This is a 2-pack plastic construction replacement bicycle pump nozzle. It has 2 connectors. I believe one's for a shrader valve, one's for a presta valve. I was sent these to review for free. If you wanted to purchase them, the kit would cost you $5. They haven't paid me for the review, and my opinion remains my own. So these guys are very inexpensive. They're pretty much, it looks like all plastic construction. Not super easy to maneuver this little lever. It has a significant amount of force required to pop it up and down. When you push on that, I can see some rubber gaskets enclosing and tightening up. It might be extra hard to do because it's doing it for 2 different things here. So the big advantage here, I think, is the low cost. It has kind of a hose barb. You put this on, you stick the hose on, and then you can tighten this down. It definitely looks like it's low price point. The question remains, do they work okay? You do get 2 of them, so even if they're kind of fragile and one breaks at some point, you do have a spare. So I have this name brand valve, and I also have an adapter here that will go to shrader to presta valves I've been using with it. And it has broken, so I'm going to replace it with one of these guys. And I mean, comparing them directly, you can see, this one is definitely a lot more hefty and substantial looking. But it comes on a pump that's much more expensive as well. So I've unscrewed the base here. It does not look to be exactly the same as how this guy is set up, but also the threading is different, so I won't be able to just screw that on. I'm going to have to cut this hose and hope that the hose is the appropriate size here. It looks like it might work. The size looks pretty close there. All right, I cut the end off of this guy. Looks like that will go inside. It's a small hole inside of a big pipe. This guy here, though, it's going to be tight. It's about the right size, but it doesn't quite want to slide down there. So I might need to get some soap on that and see if I can get it in with soap. Alright, I've come to the conclusion that this guy is not going over that hose, at least without some modifications. Maybe if I shave the end of the hose down just a little bit, I might be able to get it on. Alright, so the internal diameter of this guy is about 8.8 millimeters. External diameter of this guy is about 9.9 millimeters, so we're off by just a hair over a millimeter. Alright, I used a razor knife to trim off lots of excess bit of the tube, and I got this thing down on it. So now I'm going to try to get this inside and screw this thing on it. Alright, I have that guy screwed on as tight as I can get it. Realized I left this on the tube when I should have taken that off, but I guess it just lives on the tube forever now. Let's go see if that is an airtight seal. Alright, there's no instruction that came with it, but I believe this one here is the shrader valve opening, so we're going to try that one. Feels like it hooked on very well. Let's see. Alright, my air pump is pumping, and I am getting air into the tube. Alright, I'm up to 60 psi. Okay, it works fine on shrader valves. I don't currently have a presta valve to test it with, but it does work once you get it installed. Right, if you're looking for an inexpensive replacement here, this one does work. It worked better on, I think, a 9mm outside diameter tube instead of the almost 10mm one that I have, but I made it work.